the used buy box is no longer available to FBA sellers. Kind of, not really. Now, I'm still making sales, everybody's still making some sort of sales, but it definitely seems like our sales have taken a slump because, if you don't know, Amazon's favoring the lowest used offer count, which is mainly FBM sellers, because they don't have to deal with the FBA fees, which is quite a bit whenever you really break it down. The thing that what they're doing is they're shifting how they're rewarding the buy box, because the buy box, if you don't know, it's the whenever you go to buy something on Amazon, it's the click or buy now button, the click where you just click it and it sends you straight to your cart and you're there to buy. If you can get that, then your sales go up a ton. That's the name of the game when it comes to Amazon. From what I understand, recently Amazon's gotten sued or something for what is it? Not or unfavorable practices in their way they do things, and it has everything to do with the buy box situation. But in my opinion, it's pretty fair because everyone's used to Amazon saying, "Hey, we get you stuff in a day or two." Well, if you buy from an FBM seller, you're not going to get it in a day or two. It's going to take up to a week, maybe longer, to get to you because I'm shipping it to you if I'm an FBM seller. But FBA sellers, we're sending it in Amazon and they're guaranteeing the quickest shipping possible. So in my opinion, you're paying. They're obviously not rewarding. They weren't rewarding the lowest use offer count. They're rewarding the best option for them to get the quickest shipping, and in a customer focused way. And I think that this was the perfect thing. I don't think that I don't think that they were doing anything bad about it. I think that they were just having the customer first in mind. And now, since they're getting sued or whatever, they're trying to prove that that is the case, because a lot of people are going to be kind of upset whenever they click that and they're like, why is my stuff taking so long to get to me? And then they realize they bought it from an FBM seller, and then they're going to be upset that it took so long, which makes sense. I mean, when I buy from Amazon, I'm like, either I can go to the store and do all that, or I can buy it and have it here tomorrow, so I'm weighing out what my time looks like. And I don't think that it's as big of an issue. Not too long ago, I did a post on Facebook comparing how Amazon does things and how the real estate market does things. Because the real estate market, the interest rates go up and down. So, the government kind of controls, the flow of the market. As the interest rates go up, the margins get pinched a little bit, so it's a little harder to buy good deals and make money on deals that you buy. But the thing is there's still people buying and there's still people selling and there's still people making money in that industry. They just have to adjust a little bit, make adjustments to their numbers and make sure they're buying certain properties that will bring them back money, and it takes a little time. And then compare that to Amazon. There's still people making money on Amazon. It's not like this buy box change has killed everybody, because the government still wants you buying houses and Amazon still wants you selling on their platform. The third party sales is the biggest thing for them. And so that's the thing that I think that we need to really wrap our heads around, is that Amazon still needs us. Where they're not going to try to completely run us out. And if for some reason they did something and that really hurt them, they would change. They obviously will change really quickly, if things really start actually hurting them. So I don't think that they're trying to squeeze us out. And I think on top of that, the buy box situation is affecting like year-round books quite a bit, So I think that the thing we're going to really have to do is lean into those seasonal books, find those books that like Christmas books, high school books, college books, those books that sell really, really cheap in the off season. Like for high school books, like in the January, February, March time, they're really, really cheap. and then you buy them then, and then they sell really, really high from May to September, mid-September. And that, I think that those are going to be the ones that we really have to lean into, because think about it, if they are rewarding the lowest price, then the lowest price is going to get sold really fast, and then those are going to be gone, and then what's going to be left is all of our FBA offers. Now, I don't think that, and on top of that, if you really want to look at it, a lot of these college books and Christmas books too, people are panic buying. Like, they're waiting the last minute, a week before Christmas, and they're like, "Oh, I really want this book," and then they'll go on there and they'll be like, "What? It's not going to be here till after Christmas," because they do put that in on Amazon, like, "Hey, this isn't going to be here till this date," and like big bold letters, "after Christmas" type of thing. Um, they'll warn you, and then they'll find the book that'll actually be there, get there in time. So I think that seasonal isn't going to be as affected by this. Will it be affected a little bit? I'm sure. I'm sure there's going to be some percentage that it's going to be affected, but I don't think it's going to be as affected as like the year-round books. The year-round books are for sure going to be tougher. You're going to have to really think about those books that you're buying that really don't sell a whole lot throughout the year, and really look at that lowest used offer. Don't look at the buy box for those slow sellers, because you may never sell it. It may just sit in your inventory for forever, because the lowest used lowest used offer is getting the sales every time, unless you can make money on that lowest used. That's where it gets a little different. And I think that, that's where we have to adapt, and that's where we have to change as booksellers. It's really hard for scanners whenever you're going out to the thrift stores and stuff. It's going to be really hard, because you're going to have to take another step now. Instead of just waiting for that green light, and you're going to have to go into Keepa maybe while you're scanning to really look at the historical data and see, is this actually a good book or not? How many sellers are on it? How many are lower than what I can sell it at a profitable price, and then really look at that lowest used offer instead of looking at just the buy box. And I think that's the number adjustment that we have to do as Amazon sellers, that real estate investors have to do whenever the interest rate changes. So and I could be wrong. If you don't think that I'm right, if you think that this is the end for Amazon sellers, let me know in the comments. If I missed something or not. I think that I think we'll be fine though. But anyways, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.